ready for an epic road trip through the stunning Dolomites. This 5-day itinerary will guide you through breathtaking landscapes, thrilling hikes, and charming villages. If you love adventure and want more guides like this, hit the like and subscribe button. For a quieter experience, visit late spring, May to June, or early autumn, September to October, when the weather is still pleasant, but the crowds are thinned. We visited there in late May. How to get to the Dolomites. The Dolomites are a breathtaking destination, but getting there can be tricky since there is no dedicated airport nearby. You will need a car for your road trip, so consider renting a car from the airport you arrive at. We rented a car at Milan Linate Airport and drove about 4.5 hours to reach Val di Funes town. The starting point of this itinerary, also our day 1. Where to stay? The Dolomites are vast, and where you stay depends on your itinerary. We booked affordable accommodations via Airbnb. We arrived in the Val di Funes town in the evening. After checking in our Airbnb, we first visited the beautiful Santa Maddalena church in the evening, with the dramatic Adolf mountains as its backdrop. This picturesque little church is the symbol of Val di Funes and the most photographed spots in the entire Dolomites. Just a heads up, you cannot drive right up to the church, so we parked our car in the parking. There are several parking options. To reach the famous viewpoint, we needed to take a short, easy hike of about 20 minutes. It was mostly a walk uphill across from the church. The view from the top is simply stunning. On day 2, we drove around 30 to 40 minutes from Val di Funes town to Zansaron, hugging the base of the Geisler-Rodel Mountains. The Adolf Munkel Trail offers great bang for the buck. Indulge in breathtaking views and a variety of mountain huts full of delicious local treats, all along an achievable trail. It's a great taster of hiking in the Dolomites. It's easy to see why the Adolf Munkel Trail is considered one of the best half-day hikes in the Dolomites. After the day hike, we drove 1.5 hours via scenic route to Ortisei and checked into our Airbnb in the evening. The cable car that takes you up to Seceda departs from Ortisei. There is paid parking below the cable car station. A round-trip ticket for the cable car costs €52 per person, and it operates from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The weather started to get bad as we were approaching the Seceda ridgeline. It started snowing when we arrived there, and the mountains hid behind clouds. We waited for 2 hours for the weather to get better. In meantime, we enjoyed our lunch in restaurant Seceda. After 2 hours, the clouds parted, and it was absolutely worth the wait. The jagged peaks looked like something straight out of a fantasy movie. This spot is a must for photographers and drone lovers. We left Ortisei early and drove about 1.5 hours to Lago di Braies, the most famous lake in the Dolomites. As one of the most beautiful lakes in the Dolomites, there is a high chance that Lago di Braies is at the top of your travel itinerary. Flat as a pancake, this is an easy trail that is suitable for beginners and those with young children who want to experience a taste of hiking in the Dolomites. To picnic or take some photos. Bear in mind that since this is the most famous lake in the Dolomites, it gets very busy during the day. I recommend arriving as early as possible so that you can enjoy the peace before it gets crowded. After lunch, we drove 40 minutes to Lago di Misurina, quieter, but just as beautiful. Nestled among forests and mountain peaks, it's perfect for a relaxing lakeside walk. We stayed overnight in the Misurina area to be close to tomorrow's hike. The Tre Cime di Lavaredo loop is the most famous hike in the Dolomites, and for a very good reason. It gets you up close with the iconic three peaks that you'll have seen plastered all over Instagram and travel guides for the Dolomites. Although relatively long, this is an easy hike that is accessible to most walkers. It's one of the best day hikes in the Dolomites for novice hikers and even children. But remember that there are some uphill sections. You can complete this hike either clockwise or counterclockwise. I recommend going counterclockwise because this means you'll have a view of the three peaks the whole time. In that case, when you leave the refugio, you will need to follow path No. 101. You might not know the name of this hike, but you will certainly know the viewpoint if you've spent any time scrolling through Dolomites photos on Instagram. The Cadini di Misurina hike is a short walk that brings you to a spectacular viewpoint. Although not too demanding, this trail is subject to narrow paths with steep drop-offs, so it's not one of the best hikes in the Dolomites if you have a fear of heights. From the Refugio Aronzo parking area, you will follow Trail No. 117 in the opposite direction, away from the Tre Cime track and towards the majestic peaks of Cadini di Misurina. You can see them ahead of you in the distance. As the starting point is the same as that for the Tre Cime hike, you might want to tackle both on the same day. Once you've located the track, red and white markers will guide you all the way to the viewpoint, which pokes out from the cliffs with a view of Cadini di Misurina right in front of you.